Now wait a minute, I thought toys were for babies.
They are! Most of the time, but Robotech's different!
Welcome back to another video, Miraculers. I have to admit I'm not a big fan of these hiatuses. I'm an avid binge watcher at heart, and I'm desperate to sit down and watch the rest of the season. I know that Lila is up to something, and I want to see the rest of the supporting cast, who have yet to make their debut. Granted, we've seen their new designs in the opening sequence, but I want to see them in action. I'm sure you're just as eager as I am, and it's possible you're also waiting for your favorite character to pop up on screen, even if only in the background. Quite a few star players have yet to show themselves as students at Collège Françoise Dupont, or as heroes patrolling Paris. In today's video, I'll recap every major character yet to make their season debut.
Probably the subway, it passes under the theater. I'm so thirsty all of a sudden. I'm gonna go get some water.
Number 1, Alex. Unsurprisingly, Alex didn't join her best friends for their monthly movie night, sit with them at breakfast, or attend the same class, insinuating her absence from Collège Françoise Dupont entirely. In the 5th season, she left behind her home and social life to protect the rabbit Miraculous and monitor the timeline. While the initial plan was for her to remain in hiding until Monarch's defeat, her temporary leave may have been extended with the rise of a new supervillain in Paris. In the latest Miraculous World special, which bridged the gap between seasons, Ladybug and Bunnix shared an adventure through time as they went head-to-head against their new adversary, who had unlocked the ability to travel through time using the butterfly Miraculous. Knowing that their enemy has the potential to return to any akumatization battle, wait out the fight, and follow the heroes until they de-transform, it's probably safer for Bunnix to remain in her burrow and watch for anomalies.
A little heads up would have been nice! Okay, think, Alex, think.
Number 2, Felix. A villain turned hero. I thought we'd see more of Felix entering the new season, but he's yet to appear. I could say this comes as a surprise, but he's the only member of the Miraculers, as Sabrina calls them, who doesn't live in Paris. Since he lives in London with his mother and doesn't attend school with the rest of the team, it makes sense that his appearances will be minimal at best, save for the time he's visiting Adrien or Kagami. I would have loved to see him join Adrien when meeting his grandparents for the first time, as he would surely have opinions about their behavior. I suspect he's not a big fan of Emile, who is loud, controlling, and cruel. Since Adrien has promised to spend time with his extended family, hopefully we'll have the chance to see interesting interactions between the whole family.
Felix? Good to see you again.
Number 3, Luca. Luca never attended Collège Françoise Dupont, and as he's a grade above Marinette's class, his absence from the school makes complete sense. However, I thought he might transfer to join them now that Mayor Bustier and Mr. Damocles have worked together to change the parameters of the school, allowing new age ranges and fields of study. Luca could attend and focus on music, but the only Kufane we see is Anarka, who's shown helping a student in the art room. Luca may have had other friends at his former school and didn't want to leave them, but none showed up for the birthday party he shared with Julika. And unlike Marinette and their mutual friends, we never see them at Kitty Section's practice. This seems like an unlikely reason for him to remain at his school, so I'll assume he's filling his time between patrolling as Viperian, training with Suhan, and making musical instruments.
You tell me, I'll accept it. If you're still in love with Adrien, I'll understand. I won't be jealous, you know.
Number 4, Nathaniel and Mark. One of the first akumatized villains we meet, Nathaniel is a quiet-spoken artist who will speak his mind if given the chance. Although we only have a handful of episodes, I miss his spunk and quick retorts. As an artist, he always gets the big picture, and he often helped Marinette devise convoluted plans to get closer to Adrien, after Nathaniel's crush on her didn't work out. He's one half of a pair though, with Mark acting as his writer on personal projects they hope to publish. I'm including them in the same section because after overcoming an initial misunderstanding, the pair became inseparable and are rarely apart. I bet they spend most of their time at Collège Françoise Dupont's art room, dedicated to finishing their first project.
But if you give each other a chance, I'm sure you'll find out how well you can work together.
Number 5, Ivan. In previous seasons, it was rare not to see Ivan and Milen together. They were the series' sweethearts before the other couples started pairing up, and their dynamic worked well. However, couples need to have time apart and personal lives, so I respect the decision to keep them apart for the first few episodes. We don't know enough about Ivan or his hobbies for me to definitively say where he is and what he could be doing, but it will be satisfying to finally watch him barrel through obstacles as Minotaurox.
No worries, you are quicker than ever. You keep getting better and better at this. I love you, little mouse. Mwah.
Number 6, Kim. I don't mind Kim's absence after learning about the cruel prank he pulled on Marinette when they were in the prior grade. I'm not sure that experience is something I could move past, and it makes me sympathetic toward many of her struggles. I know the monkey Miraculous needs a wielder, but I wouldn't be nearly as forgiving. As for his absence, he may attend entirely different classes related to sports and athletics. He may also focus on extracurriculars like swimming, as he frequents the pool often, along with his longtime girlfriend, Ondine.
Aw, flying monkey plushie!
I'm no plushie. My name's Shoo-Poo, you nitwit.
Number 7, Suhan. As the celestial guardian of the Chinese miracle box, Suhan promised to reside in Paris and offer guidance to Marinette. Yet he has done very little of this. He apologizes for his absences and hands-off approach in the 5th season, explaining he spent most of his time catching up with the modern world after spending a century locked within Feast's pocket dimension, which is valid if you ask me. However, he still has obligations to Marinette and others he should be concerned about. His absences so far are easily explained. He may have taken an extended trip to Tibet to check on the temple and the Order of Guardians. Or he could have put all his spare time into training his newest pupils, whom he picked up in Brazil: Luca, Jagged Stone, Penny, and Fang.
This is all a misunderstanding, and the incorrect shape of the box proves it.
But I don't get it. Master Fu entrusted it to me.
Number 8, Chris. You might be surprised to see Chris on this list, as he's a minor character and Nino's little brother. However, in the episode Time Tagger, the showrunners foreshadow how important he may become as he works alongside the future Hawkmoth as a time traveler to try and steal the Ladybug and Cat Miraculouses. He almost succeeds as his powers make him a tricky opponent, but Bunnix's intervention ultimately saves the day. Chris is only a child at the time being, but we all know how manipulative Lila can be. All Chris's parents need to do is hire her as his full-time babysitter before she convinces him to hate the heroes, disagree with his loved ones, and become her loyal ally, similar to the role Natalie filled for Gabriel as his assistant, but without the romantic subplot.
Hey, wait! That means you can give me my Christmas present early! Grobotech Ultimate Distractor!
Number 9, Amelie. As one of the major supporting characters on this list, it's no surprise Amelie has yet to make her seasonal debut. However, she seemed close to Natalie as the pair lounged beside the pool, and I'm sure she would be interested in Adrian's well-being and care. I could imagine her arriving at the grandparents' dinner and demanding to become Adrian's custodial guardian, if Natalie couldn't step up to fill the role, as she's the only one with recent experience raising children and they already know one another. Unfortunately, Amelie wasn't there, which likely had to do with her strained relationship with her parents.
My, look at how much you've grown. Gabriel, isn't he just the absolute cutest?
Number 10, the Kwamis. The series wouldn't be the same without these magical creatures, but most of them have been absent from the season so far. After Marinette decided to give the Miraculouses to their corresponding wielders, we're less likely to hear from or see most of their Kwamis unless an episode features specific characters and gives them a speaking role. For example, we've seen Carapace and therefore Waze, but only in passing, and he doesn't say a word. As the season goes on, it will be good to see and hear from the other Kwamis again.
Hello, my name is Waze. Hey, little guy, what are you? A genie like in those fairy tales?
On the bright side, Season 6 focuses more on Marinette and Adrian's personal lives than on Ladybug and Cat Noir. The narrative shift makes complete sense now that a team of heroes can divide their time and effort to protect Paris, instead of the team of two constantly being stretched thin. Now that we get to see their personal lives up close, we'll also have more time with the other people in their lives, including their friends and family. Once episodes start airing again, these missing characters shouldn't take long to join the fun and tell us what they've been up to.
It's great that you want to look after your daughter's well-being, officer, but you don't have to worry anymore. Sabrina has it in her to make it on her own.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Good news! You're officially invited to our girls' movie night.
Oh, thank you, Zoe.